Okay, so we have a question from Catherine. She says, how do I get birds that don't eat birdseed to come to my backyard?
Oh, okay, great. That's kind of like turkeys, but a lot of the birds don't eat seed. A lot of the warbler type birds don't eat bird seed. They mostly forage on berries and insects. But you can attract them with things not hard seed, but sunflower meats have no shell. It's like an insect to them. They can eat that. They love it. And in fact, we even have a lot of reports now of bluebirds, which aren't seed eaters, coming to feeders that have a lot of sunflower meats in it. Most of the Coles feeds have a lot of sun meats. It's one of the reasons. But you can feed them suet, and the suet kibbles that Coles puts out, little small pellets made out of suet. It makes it easy for them to eat. And dried mealworms, another Coles product. You put that out, and so they have dried mealworms. You have the suet pellets, and suet kibbles, as we call them, and they'll eat regular suet, and they'll eat sunflower meats right out of your feeder.
And there's a lot of things you can do short of even food to get birds to your yard, right? Like, don't you want to have a lot of plants, indigenous plants, places they can go for shelter, maybe some water, that kind of thing, just to get them to come into your yard and nest?
Yeah, food, water, and shelter. It's what we all look for.
Right.
The food in the bird feeder and around different places in the yard or on open platforms. And shelter, a lot of bushes and things for them to go into to seek shelter, especially within 5 to 10 feet of a feeder, a tree with a lot of limbs with some leaves on it so they can quickly get away from a predator and get to safety. So you food and shelter for cold and all also, and a home. If for nesting birds, you can put up bird houses. They'll use that for shelter sometimes, and of course they'll use that for the breeding season to raise their young. Water is so important. And it's not just important for the bird's survival, but it's good for you to have the water because a water feature with gurgling water, they pick up on that sound. They'll come to it just to hear it and they'll bathe. And some people, as we get into the cold weather, say, oh, it's cold, they're not going to bathe. Actually, they bathe during the wintertime. They don't get that cold, but it helps fluff the feathers up. It cleans the feathers, makes them better able to insulate the bird. So you'll see them in very cold days. If they can get water, it can be ice around it, they'll bathe, and that helps them survive.
Oh, that is sweet. I didn't realize that.